Hey guys, it's Lainey here with Steel Strength Training, and today we are going to talk about alcohol. This is a little bit of a controversial topic, but I think it's very necessary to discuss and kind of talk about from a health perspective, how do we approach this topic. So first, let's talk about what is the pros and cons of alcohol. So the pros, which we've been told in the past, are red wine helps with heart health or brain health or whatever we've been told, but a lot of recent studies have come out that there really is no helpful parts about alcohol at all, even red wine. Yes, there might be some antioxidants in there, but the cons really outweigh the pros, and sadly those cons can even show up when drinking in moderation. So what do we do with that information, considering that most people do drink in moderation, if not more? So serving size of white wine or red wine is 5 ounces. So that 5 ounce glass, 5 ounces, most people end up pouring in their wine glass like 2 to 3 servings, which is getting up to about 300 calories, so only a 5 ounce glass, which is a true serving size. A woman should only have 1 5 ounce glass per serving, and a man can only have 2 5 ounce glasses if they want to drink in moderation for that day. But most people on their first glass already pour 2 servings. So pay attention to that. That's going to be super important, because just the 5 ounce serving is 123 calories, depending on which wine you have. But if people pour a 5 ounce glass of white wine, you're getting up to 200 to 250 calories. So it really adds up, especially with multiple pours in multiple glasses. And I believe beer is about 115, 130 calories. So also to mention, I've talked about this before, there are 3 main micronutrients. There's carbs, fat, and protein. Those are the things that make up our calories at the end of the day that makes us gain or lose weight, that total number. However, alcohol is not in these 3 categories of macronutrients. It's in its own category that actually adds calories, not from the sugar or the carbs necessarily in beer or wine, but alcohol is its own category of calories. And fat is 9 calories per gram, but wine, which is the highest calories per gram of macronutrient, wine is 7 calories per gram. That's more than protein, that's more than carbs, almost double carbs and proteins, calories per gram. So yes, fat is more, but fat actually has nutrients and things that we need for our body to have energy and to sustain itself. But alcohol is considered an empty calorie alone, as well as it's considered a toxin. So some harmful effects of alcohol is going to be excessive weight gain because of extra calories that is not giving us anything nutrient dense. It also affects memory loss and the brain health. It also obviously affects the liver. And so whenever your liver breaks down alcohol, it is stored as a triglyceride, which in turn raises your triglyceride levels. So I have some clients that have high triglyceride levels, cholesterol, high blood pressure, and all of those things are really affected by your alcohol consumption. So, with all those cons being said, I'm not saying that all of us can ever drink alcohol. But I do want to emphasize that even in moderation, those cons can be present. And so we need to be aware of that. We need to get away from, oh, red wine is healthy, because it's really not. It's not the worst choice of alcohol, but it's definitely not healthy in the sense of what that means. So my main recommendation is, if you want to drink, you can. But just know that there are cons associated with that. I think you can drink well. You can follow moderation. You can follow the servings, and you should be okay if you want to drink alcohol. I think it's also important to note that alcohol is not, there's certain food groups that people want to demonize and completely cut off completely, but I don't think that we have to do that with every single thing that doesn't have the best health ratings. And I think that goes with being said, when you're in the health industry, when you're trying to prioritize your health, there's gonna be things in our world that is not good for our health. There's not really any benefits, yet we still do them. We still drink them, we still eat them, okay? So how, like a candy bar, I'm still gonna eat a candy bar every now and then, but if I eat one every single day, there's gonna be a lot more harmful effects than eating one, once every 2 weeks or however it is. So, like I've said in a lot of videos, routine and how much you do something is what creates those long-term effects to be dangerous, whether it's on your liver or on your brain or whatever it is. So alcohol is something that I definitely discourage, but people are going to do it. I'm going to do it every now and then. So we have to know how to do it well. So what are you doing 80% of the time with your diet and your drinking? Because what you do most of the time and what you do on a regular basis is what's going to make the most difference in terms of long-term health. So I think especially now we're more informed about alcohol, we're more informed about preservatives and all these things that are in our food industry that we didn't know the harmful effects about before, but now we know, we have the knowledge, and knowledge is power. So we need to know, what are we going to do with that? Are we going to play the cancel game where we never have anything fun in our diet or our lifestyle ever again? We need to have balance, and we need to have self-control. And I think that's really what it boils down to. So I don't want you to hear me say that you can never have alcohol again. I'm not saying that, but I think if you want it, you can do it well. So remember that. So to sum everything up, the cons definitely outweigh the pros of alcohol. There's nothing good that comes health-wise from alcohol, but it's in the Bible. Jesus drank wine, which I think, in my opinion, that shows that we don't have to cut every single thing out of our diet, even if it might not have the best health ratings, because health is super important, but it is not the most important thing in this world. Therefore, we can live our lives and we can do all these things with knowledge and warning, but we don't have to be scared of everything. So make good choices. Don't live in fear. Don't let the health industry scare you from living your life.